Welcome back. I am Ashley and you are watching CNC Farm. If this is your first time here, thank you guys for stopping to check us out. Today we are participating in a collaboration that is put on by Natasha at the Budget Preppers and Tanya at Lowe Family Adventures. It is titled Emergency and the hashtag is above you. So today we are making a Texas two-step soup. This is shelf-stable, completely shelf-stable if you use freeze-dried meat. Now, you can still make this and add your meat after the fact. You do not have to add the freeze-dried meat to this. So what you're going to do now, I am mixing up the seasonings that are going to go in this. So what it is 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 2 teaspoons of oregano. Now I am using ground oregano, so I'm lessening that just a little bit, and I'm also using a half a teaspoon versus a whole teaspoon. We're going to also add 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of dried minced onion, and the recipe called for a half a teaspoon of garlic salt. However, I read in some of the reviews that this was way too salty. So what I did is I'm omitting the garlic salt and I am just adding garlic powder to this. And we like garlic, and this did call for 7 cups of water, so I added a half a teaspoon of the garlic. So now we are going to assemble our jar mix, and first you're going to put the 2 packets of brown gravy in the bottom. Now I did use the reduced sodium, and again guys, it just depends on how much salt y'all like. And after you put the 2 gravy mixes in, then you will put the seasoning mix that we just mixed up over top of the gravy mix. And then over top that, you will put your crushed tortilla chips. I believe the recipe called for, I want to say like 15 to 20, 10, somewhere around there. What I did is I just used what I had left in my bag and just crumbled them up and added them, and it seemed to be the perfect amount. Everything fit in the jar, actually absolutely perfect. Now you want to put your noodles at the top, and the last item that will be going in the jar is your freeze-dried meat. If you are using fresh meat and are not adding the freeze-dried meat, then at this point you can put the lid on your jar and you are ready to go. And then you will just simply add your seasoned and cooked meat when you make the soup. No big deal. You do not have to add the freeze-dried meat, and it's going to be just fine without it. You can add it at a later time. And again, with the diced tomatoes, I'm using fire roasted because that's what I had, and regular corn. The original recipe calls for diced tomatoes and the red green peppercorn. But on this recipe, I think that there is items you guys can switch out for your preference. Different seasonings, different types of tomatoes, different corn. So now we're actually going to be making the soup. It calls for 7 cups of water. I went ahead and put 6 cups, and I've got an extra cup if it needs to be thickened or thinned out. I didn't want it to be too thin, so I thought it was best to start with the 6 cups of water. So now you have your jar of your soup. And what you're going to do is just add all of the contents to the pot of water. And our tomatoes. And the drained corn. Probably should have used a bigger pot. This is extremely full, so if I do have to add that other cup of water, I am not gonna have enough room. All right, I'm just gonna give this a stir, and then we are gonna bring this up to boil. All right, this is thickening up wonderfully. It smells fantastic. Now, I did add some crushed red pepper to this just to give it a little bit of spice because I did not have the can of corn with the peppers in it. It was just plain corn. So give it a little bit of spice. I think next time I would probably add a can of Rotel to this maybe as well. I think that would be really good. Or not in addition, but instead of the diced tomatoes, I would probably add the Rotel. All right, this smells so good. As I said before, look at that. That looks so good. And I don't even think I needed that extra cup of water anyway. All right, let's try this. Now you guys can add, I'm just adding cheese, but you guys could add sour cream, more tortilla chips. Now I have not even tried this yet. I haven't seasoned it with any extra salt or pepper. So we're gonna try this out. And I'm just gonna put some shredded cheddar on top of it. And we're gonna try this out. Oh, yum. Yummy. All right, guys, I'm gonna try it. How's it gonna be? Yep, this is really good. I'm gonna say this is probably one of the better jarred meals, shelf-stable meals that I have tried and that I've made. I really like this one. Like I said, though, I think that adding the Rotel, or if I have the correct corn with the peppers in it next time to give it more flavor, because that's really all it's lacking. The salt level is okay for me. Now, my husband may add more salt and pepper, or if you typically like a lot of salt, then you might need to season it a little more with some more salt and pepper. But for me, this is perfect. This is a definite keeper, a definite winner, and I will definitely be making more of this to put on my shelf. That is a fact. So thank you to Natasha and to Tanya for hosting this collaboration. I will put the playlist link in my description. And until next time, everyone have a great day, and I am going to enjoy the rest of my soup.